don't know what it is, but probably transformers. I'm just guessing. But, I mean, that whole hill over there is completely just, oh wow. Check this out. Look at that. God. That's crazy. Look at that.
Fire scope, they're probably...
Okay, close off.
You have a perfect shot. That is my helicopter turret.
I will wait for you to tell me to go, sir.
So watch the light.
I'm watching the light. Look at that. Crazy. It's so upsetting. This is so upsetting. This is, I mean, every year, living out here in the San Fernando Valley, this is the closest I've ever been to the fires, though. I mean, seriously. So, we got lines of cars, but we're going away from it now. So, yeah. Wow. And my sinuses are killing me. It's always fun to have boogers when you're on YouTube. Sorry, folks. Oh, really attractive.
I always thought I was the most scared person in the world because I hate change. I like monotony. It's fine with me. I like going to the same places every day, and I shop at the same stores. I really don't like to go out there and change things, but I realized that the last year I've become really brave, and I want somebody else to believe that they can be that way too. I've had a really tough adult life. I really have, and I've only been vlogging about the stuff that's happened to me recently, but I've had really tough stuff that's happened to me in the past. So I do feel that I'm brave now. I haven't always been brave, but I've weathered a lot of storms. And so I really do believe that if I can make it through the stuff that I've gone through before, there's no way I cannot be brave. I'm very courageous, and I just want other people to believe that they can be too. But it's also just venting. It feels good to talk about these things because otherwise sometimes you wouldn't have an outlet. I wouldn't have an outlet. So that's part of it. Hi, YouTubers. I'm ignoring my phone because I am not answering my phone anymore for anybody but the man that's sitting here with me, the love of my life. I finally found a good man. It's almost impossible to believe that just last night I gave up and I was never ever going to see another man again. I was going to be a old spinster lady with 1,000 cats that collected packing peanuts and aluminum foil balls. But God has smiled down upon me, and I had surrendered my life to him and my search for the perfect man. Well, I found him, and I want you to meet him. This is my perfect man, Mr. Wonderful. He's just everything that I ever wanted. Everything. Everything.
Let's just cuddle tonight.
What else, dear?
Actually, I'm not sure
Isn't that amazing?
You know, honey, why don't you just relax and let me make dinner tonight?
Oh, God.
Oh, can't your mother stay another week?
Wow.
The ball game really isn't that important. I'd rather spend time with you. Let's just cuddle tonight.
Okay. Mr. Wonderful finally came along. I hope we're compatible in the bedroom, though. I was trying to be a little bit more, I guess, more into the, comedy and stuff and trying to lighten it up a little bit and, doing the, the getting to know you video where, I stuck some guy in his butt with, drugs and knocked him out and chopped him up and put him in the freezer. And then doing the little Mr. Wonderful, little doll, just trying to kind of break it up with some comedy stuff. And then with my singing, I guess I'm a frustrated performer, but I think the main reason why I do these is because I was thinking that I was like disappearing. I felt like I was disappearing, like I didn't exist. And I think the reason why I do this is just to prove that I'm still alive and I am a human being and I have feelings and the things that go on in my life I like to talk about. I like to document when I see my family and my friends and stuff like that, and to show that I'm real. I'm not just like this lonely 40-something sitting at home being miserable all the time waiting for her next horrible date. So that's pretty much it. Everybody knows me. They're the babes. Hello, YouTubers. I'm sitting at home now, and it's 10:30, and it's a Saturday night. I'm drinking red wine and eating dark chocolate all by myself. You want to know why? Because I can't find a man. By the way, just so you know, I'm drunk vlogging. I don't know how many of these I've had, because I've actually been home for about 2 hours. Got home and opened a bottle. I just kept refilling my glass. I actually did go on a dinner date with my millionth internet date. Hi, folks. Well, I think that a lot of my YouTube channel is going to be devoted to my horrible dating experiences, because there's so many. Basically, my very first internet dating experience with somebody who I did not see a photo beforehand. He bamboozled me. He said that he was not internet savvy, not computer literate, and he did not know how to upload a photo onto the dating site in which we had met. He described himself as 6'5", 260 pounds, grayish blonde hair, crystal blue eyes. He was a general contractor, owned his own business, football player build, he said. He played bass in a band. He was very funny. We talked on the phone, and he just seemed to be a really personable guy. And I said, wow, I don't know if I really, really want to meet somebody without a photo. I said, it's just, it just kind of creeps me out a little bit. And he's like, I'm not scary. So we planned on meeting at an Outback Steakhouse. I figured I really, really like crappy chain restaurants that make really tough steak and rubbery chicken, but they have the chocolate down under cake or the chocolate thunder down under. What the fuck? I don't care. It was chocolate, and I was PMSing at the same time. So I thought, kill two birds with one stone, So anyways, I was going to meet him, and he knew what I looked like because he saw my picture, knew what kind of car I drove, because I was stupid enough to tell him. He drove a big white truck, or so he said, and basically I pull into the parking lot of the restaurant, and I find a parking space, and as I'm pulling in, I'm looking, and there's this, how can I say this diplomatically? There's this hunchback lumbering towards my car, waving at me madly, saying, "Mindy, it's Wally! Mindy, hi!" I put my car into reverse, thinking maybe if I back out now, I could get past him and not kill him by running him over, but I could get out of the situation. Well, unfortunately, he was quicker, even dragging that one leg, much quicker than I was able to get out of that parking space. He opens my car door before I could even put the car back into park and drags me out of the car, lifting me up over his shoulder, hugging me. And then I got the smell. The putrid, icky, sour, sweaty, undetectable something else smell wafting off of him. And I had to hold myself back from vomiting all over him. I'm telling him to put me down, put me down, put me down, and he finally puts me down. And he says, "We have a table in the bar, so let's go in and have some drinks and have some good food." And I'm like, just completely numb. I don't know what to say. I also don't want to offend the guy, but whoa, it was pretty bad. So then I follow him into the restaurant, and everybody turns around because he has already been in the restaurant, and he'd been there for a couple hours drinking before I got there. I walk in, everybody turns around, they all look at us, and I say to myself, oh, this is so not good. He sits down, the waitress comes over, I ask for a triple Long Island iced tea, because I'm going to need it, and ask where the restrooms are. She told me. I excuse myself, and I run to the restroom, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking for a window to jump out of. Well, a couple seconds later, the waitress comes in, and she says there's no escape. And I'm like, haha, that's funny. She says, is this a blind date? And I said, no, but I wish I was. Do you know if there's like a back way out of this restaurant? I asked the waitress, being very serious. And she says, no, but if you walk past your table, he's going to see you, and there's a side exit, but he will see you trying to get away. And I kind of thought to myself, not a good thing. Don't want to do that. So I come back out to the table, and he's sitting there, and he says, what took you so long? And I said, excuse me? He goes, did it all come out all right? I'm like, ew! And I just I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's repulsive. I had a cross on my neck that night, and he says to me, he says, are you a Christian? And I said, yes. And he says, Christians are full of shit. I'm like, what? Christians are full of shit. Do you think if there was really a God that he would make something that looked like me? Like me? Do you think God would do something like this? And I was like, okay, it was really nice to meet you. I threw a $10 bill down on the table. He goes, where the fuck do you think you're going, young lady? I'm like, I'm leaving now. He goes, you're a Christian girl? I wasn't going to get my dick sucked anyways. I'm like, oh, that's very nice. Very nice. Good luck to ya. and I just take off running to my car, worried that the hunchback was going to be chasing me. I get in my car, and immediately my cell phone's ringing. I pick up the cell phone, because it's a blocked number. I don't do that anymore. And he's like, "How dare you run out on me?" He goes, "Have you looked in the mirror lately?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" He goes, "You aren't no prize package yourself." And I go, "Look, Quasi, go climb back up into your bell tower and fuck off." Yeah, I said it. And I felt good saying it too. So, anyways, the lesson learned here is, no matter how much they say that they're unable to provide you with a photograph, no matter how wonderful they sound and how charming, you're a fucking idiot if you meet the guy without a picture. Oh, I didn't mention, he's got a glass eye. He had a glass eye. He said he had crystal blue eyes. He wasn't kidding. That eye was crystal, all right. Ooh, so anyways, photos are very important. And disclose. Disclose. You're being honest, they should be honest too. So anyways, yep, that was possibly the worst internet date. Figures. Hello? Oh, hi, Steven. Yes, it was very nice meeting you for coffee yesterday. What am I doing today? Oh, I'm basically vacuuming, cleaning up my house. Why? What did you have in mind? Oh, giving each other mutual massages, huh? Okay. Now, we only spent 45 minutes together yesterday talking over coffee for the first time, meeting each other. Do you think that's appropriate? We don't even know each other. What better way to get to know each other than to get naked and give each other massages? Oh, I see. Well, okay. If this is going to happen, this is what you'll need to do. You'll need to come over to my place, get naked. I'm going to give it to you first. I want you to lay down face down on my bed, and I'll get naked, and I'll get on top of you, and I'll start massaging your neck and your back. Oh, it'll feel so good, Steven. And then I'm going to plunge a syringe with some kind of drug in your ass and knock you out, and then chop you up into little bits, put you in a plastic bag, and stick you in my freezer. How does that sound? Hello? Steven? Hello? I guess he didn't like my idea. I guess I would consider it a hobby. But it's a outlet for my singing, because I don't get to perform anymore. I don't even do karaoke. I can't even go to bars anymore. I'm so tired at night. So I can't even do that anymore. And I actually was looking for a couple more bands to sing with, but it just seems that everybody is 20-something, and I'm not going to be singing with 20-somethings. And so it's an outlet for my singing to show that I know how to sing, and I enjoy singing. And then just to be able to talk about stuff and let it out, it really helps. It really does. Absolutely.
Thinking to myself, what the fuck is he talking about? Am I a reality show? I am such a freaking reality show. I was not diagnosed bipolar. I went and got every test imaginable out there to make sure that I am not bipolar. I do have attention deficit and a form of hyperactivity. Hard to focus. Focus, people, focus.
I'm a Sagittarius, which makes me very restless. I am not satisfied most of the time in my life. I recognize these things about myself. I try not to have a lot of chaos in my life, but it seems like it follows me everywhere I go. As we know, I beat up people in gas station convenience stores. And I make my life harder than it has to be. But I'm a nut. And I admit it, I'm a nut. So if I'm not bipolar or schizophrenic, I'm not schizophrenic either. I don't hear voices or anything. I'm just scattered. I admit it. I'm 45 years old and I totally admit that I am a little bit odd, off center. And my child opened my eyes to more stuff today. And he was laughing at me. He loves me, but I should be a reality show, and he'd watch it. And it's the twisted life of. So I may just have to take my video camera wherever I go, even on my dates. I'd like to see how my dates feel about that. To behave in that manner by not calling me to tell me that plans had changed, or that he was being a big baby because McCain was losing. This was before the polls closed and everything was done. He had a little tissy fit probably, and decided not to call me because he knew that I had voted for Obama, and his beliefs and my beliefs are completely polar opposites. Oh my God, get over it. Jesus Christ, you big frickin' loser. Is there any men out there that know how to frickin' behave and treat a woman? Hello? I hear crickets. Really? You're gonna do that? You're gonna be that way? 57 years old? It doesn't matter how old they are, guys. Doesn't matter what walk of life they're from. Doesn't matter their income. Doesn't matter their religion, their race, their preference for what kind of women they want. They're all bunch of babies. Babies. Yeah, I am just done. Sorry. I'm done. Done. I approached somebody in person, finally got the balls to do that, and look what happened. What is the point? So, it's really not funny that at my age, I am not going to be dating anymore. It's not funny. I think it's pathetic. It's pathetic. And I can't even begin to tell you how disappointed I am. Everybody that I see in their 40s and 50s are not real. They're all plastic. They're all glamour. They're full of glamour and they have money. And I don't see women like me out there. I don't see women like me. I'm way below middle class. I'm overweight. I'm average in looks. I don't have bills. I'm not like suffering and struggling or anything like that. I'm just very, what do you call it? I'm just, what I have is what you see. And I'm just average. And I think that everybody that they show out there, like the wives of Orange County, whatever, and the Desperate Housewives, and then they show, all these interviews and these talk shows like E! And Access Hollywood and stuff. These women on there, that's all I see. That's really all I see. I don't ever see anybody like me out there. There's nobody out there like me. And so I'm wondering, I'm so not important, they can't even put people like me out there. Would I just, anything like me out there would not get the ratings.